we get ready now for the final lightweight bout of this quarterfinal round. It's between Bhagwan of India and Gani Zhnilauov from Kazakhstan. In a moment, the boxers will make their way to the ring. Just gonna stand by here for a brief moment. Again, we are at the Heydar Aliyev Sports Complex in Baku, Azerbaijan for the 2011 AIBA World Boxing Championships. You're now looking at an empty Ring B as we await for the contestants of the fourth lightweight bout of the evening to enter. This is the quarterfinal round. After this lightweight bout, we will have 4 more bouts in the super heavyweight division. That's the 91 plus kilogram weight class, the big boys, where the bombs will fly for sure, and the excitement level will certainly be picked up a notch, as is often the case when the big men get in the ring.
The winner is red corner, Latin of Uzbekistan.
And now we get set after a brief delay for the bout between Bhagwan from India and Gani Zhnilauov of Kazakhstan. Zhnilauov, 26 years old, with a nice measured jog into the ring. The referee for this contest from Canada, Tony Germain. And the judges, Madfua, Zux, Trueba, Carrillo, and Kassan. Gani Zhnilauov from Kazakhstan, 26 years old, resides in Zambul, Obul. In 2009 at the AIBA World Championships in Milan, he lost to Idel Torriente of Cuba 11-7 in the first preliminary round. Thereafter, last year at the Kazakh National Championships, he placed third. He also grabbed first place at the Kazakh National Championships early this year and first place right here in Baku, Azerbaijan at the Great Silkweight Tournament, also earlier this year. Yesterday he beat Bhagwan of Mongolia by a score of 19-15 to earn himself this spot today. Bhagwan beat number 7 ranked David Joyce of Ireland yesterday by a close 32-30 margin. So this is going to be interesting. Bhagwan in the red corner from India, Zhnilauov from Kazakhstan in the blue. Bhagwan lunges forward with a left. Zhnilauov retreating a little bit. Got his hands down a little low. This Bhagwan can really punch. He's got long arms and he likes to throw his hands. We saw that yesterday. A high-scoring matchup with David Joyce of Ireland where he scored 32 scoring punches. So Zhnilauov's going to have his hands full from this punching machine from India. Will he be able to keep the pressure off of him? There's a big right hand by Bhagwan. One thing he could do is try and smother those punches. He doesn't want to stay on the long end of those extended punches. He wants to get in close. If he continues to let Bhagwan keep distance, then like we've seen a couple of times earlier today, the taller boxer will continue to box from the outside, utilize the long reach, keep the shorter man off of him, and pepper him with jabs and long right hands just like that all night long. Kazakhstan, he needs to get inside. He needs to bully the Indian. He needs to really push him around the ring, and I mean literally push him around, get up on his chest, push him off of him during the clinch, punch him whenever he can, go to the body. Right now he should be throwing shots to the body and the ribs. He should never stop throwing punches. Make Bhagwan think twice about engaging. See that? You notice how when Bhagwan gets set to punch, and he does really telegraph those punches, he brings his elbow back. It's a common mistake by many amateur boxers. They bring their arm back like you're cocking the trigger of a gun. They're bringing their arm back and then they're letting their hands fly. And as a result, the Kazakhstani is seeing that. And when he sees that, he jumps in and crowds a punch. Look at that nice jab. Really nice jab by Zhnilauov. If he could continue to see those punches coming and get inside, then the first problem that Bhagwan's going to have is he's not going to be able to get full extension. The second is that he's not even going to really connect on those punches because Zhnilauov's going to be inside his full extension before they land. So Zhnilauov, great job. Stay inside, stay close. Bhagwan, you're better off staying on the outside and not jumping in like that. Not jumping in as you throw the punch, but keep those punches from a distance. 20 seconds left in round one. This may have been a tough one to score for the judges. A lot of these punches hard to really see their connect percentage because they're constantly, the two boxers are constantly coming together each time that the punches land. And as a result, it's hard to see when they land cleanly, at least from this vantage point. And there it is, 3-3. So a pretty close one, doesn't get closer. 3-3 after round one. The Indian boxer is going to go back to his corner, and we're going to see a little replay, some action from this last round. All right, get set for round number two. This is going to be heated, I believe. Zhnilauov continues to march forward. Bhagwan, not one to back down from a fight. Bhagwan is standing there, trading with him. Not a good idea for him. he feels perhaps that he wants to get more points, and the better way to do it is standing there with the Kazakhstani boxer. However, that's not the case. The better move is to stay on the outside. So left and a right by the Kazaki. Another right. Big left hand by Bhagwan there. And the Kazakh, not to be dismayed, is going to continue to march forward. You see how he's crowding Bhagwan. Those long punches by Bhagwan are not really having any effectiveness, as Zhnilauov is able to get inside them once he sees them being launched. Also noticing that the way that Bhagwan is keeping his hands up high to protect his face, when they do meet in close like that, he's leaving a lot of room unprotected in his midsection. It'd be a great opportunity for Zhnilauov to score with body shots. And there's a big right hand by the Indian. The referee's going to separate them, and boxing's going to resume. Right now, you should see Zhnilauov try and break free, and that's happening a lot too, where Bhagwan continues to go down to a knee once they get into a clinch. It's the second or third time it's happened. He's coming in with his head down. The referee keeps cautioning him to keep his head up. But you can see right there his natural tendency to protect his face is to put his head down into his gloves and just march down, and that's what's happening. He shouldn't be looking down. He can't see what's coming if he's looking down. He needs to keep his head, chin down, eyes up is the rule. Chin down, eyes up. And if he keeps his chin down and his eyes up, he shouldn't be succumbing to those clinches. Like right there, he shouldn't have to worry about Zhnilauov bringing his head down, because he should be keeping his distance. Well, be that as it may, this is resulting in a herky-jerky style between both boxers, where it's resulting in more clinches and more stoppages of the clock and less clean boxing. We've seen this before. Once these boxers get into this sort of rhythm, this groove of clinching and holding and wrestling instead of boxing, it tends to pretty much infect the rest of the fight. Same mindset goes into it, and neither boxer can really get out of it. Unfortunately, the Kazakhstani boxer can't really do anything else but, because he can't score based on the physical differences in the size of the two. He's not going to be able to score from the distance. He needs to get in there, and the problem is every time he tries to get in, Bhagwan puts his head down, and they end up clinching and holding. Perhaps Zhnilauov could try and prevent that from happening. Right now, instead of grabbing him like that, he could just move away, circle to his left, and rip shots to the body. So while Bhagwan will have his head down in his hands, keeled over, Zhnilauov will be on the side of him, ripping shots to the rib cage. Not a bad philosophy in theory. Not sure if Zhnilauov will be able to effectuate that, but there's a nice right hand to the body. And now Kazakhstani's boxer's head looked like his head went down. He almost looked like he caught a thumb in the eye, but he's all right. Long right hand by Bhagwan. Not sure why Bhagwan has chosen to box so close to this man. He would seem much more effective on the outside. I'd be very surprised if his corner not only urges him, but demands of him to stay on the outside and box. 6-5. Gani Zhnilauov from Kazakhstan is now winning over Jai Bhagwan from India. It's a one-point match going into the third. There's the long left-right hand, which Bhagwan gets only with full extension of his punches.
6-5. Close. 1.
As the boxers get set for the third round, see if we can't get a new style. See if the boxers' corners have not given them different advice. Have them employ a different style of boxing, one that may be more effective for each of their charges. Nice overhand right by Bhagwan, scored to the chin of Zhnilauov. Zhnilauov continuing to march down his man, and here comes Bhagwan. Throws a left hand while he eats a left of his own. Ties up again in the center. Little wrestling going on. The referee is going to stop the action and caution Bhagwan. Stiff left jab by Zhnilauov. And again, Bhagwan ties him up. I can't imagine they enjoy boxing like this after all the fun they must have in the gym, sparring, working the heavy bag, practicing for 3 minutes at a clip. How they could enjoy this stop and go action, and why not avoid it at all costs. But there goes Zhnilauov now, again putting the headlock on Bhagwan. And now he's going to work a little bit. He's shooting to the head, and Bhagwan is again locking up. I mean, it's okay if the referee lets them box their way out of it, but what ends up happening is the referee keeps breaking them up, and the clock keeps stopping, and a 3-minute round becomes a 6-minute round. Much better if the referee applies a warning after enough cautions, adds a point or two for each of the boxers when necessary, gives them an incentive to not continue this style, or lets them box through it. And now they push each other off. Under a minute to go in this third round. And again, the Kazakhstani boxer trying to protect himself in the clinch. Again, the action stops, and again it resumes. The right hand by Bhagwan goes down again. A wild left hook by Bhagwan. Looks like that may have scored, and once again the clinch. And once again, for about the 10th time in this bout, Bhagwan goes down in the clinch, and the clock gets stopped. Well, remember that the winner of this bout goes on to the semifinals on Friday. The winner of that bout goes on to the finals on Saturday, fights for the gold medal, the glory of their country, the pride of their boxing gym, and their family name. Both of these men will be in the Olympics. They've earned that right, having made it to this round. And now Bhagwan needs a little breather. The referee is going to let the action continue. There's just 8 seconds left, at least on the clock. And they're going to fight through this, maybe. Another headlock, another clock stoppage, another warning, or caution rather, and now that's it. So the wrestling / boxing match is over. The Indian boxer goes back to his corner to the applause of his coach, and the Kazakhstani boxer goes back as well. Remember, it was 3-3 after the first round. It was 6-5 in favor of the Kazakh boxer after the second. Depending on how the judges saw the third round, this is technically still either man's fight. However, I'm inclined to think that the Kazakhstani boxer was a little more active, landed a few more cleaner shots, and perhaps pulled away with a slight margin in this third round. And it is the case. 11-10 by 1 point. Gani Zhnilauov is the winner, and he'll go on to the next round, the semifinals on Friday. You could see a replay from the action right here, and there's that big overhand right by Bhagwan, as the Kazakhstani boxer seemed to be looking or starting to look the other way.